The last time we saw the Seminoles, they were lifting the crystal football in the national title game. Hello, everyone. Welcome inside our Campus Insider studios. I am Shea Pepler alongside our college football analyst, Doug Chapman, and our managing editor, Pete Fiutak. And guys, spring football in full swing now. Let's talk about the defending champs, Florida State, and specifically Jameis Winston. What will he have to do to not become complacent and to stay motivated, Doug?
Hey, Jameis Winston has to decide, does he want to be a really, really good quarterback? Or does he want to be the greatest quarterback that ever played at Florida State? I grew up as a kid a Florida State fan. I was a huge Charlie Ward fan as a child. Now, if Jameis Winston comes out and does the little things, he can be the greatest quarterback to ever play there. Footwork, going through his progressions, and becoming a better leader on and off the field. Don't have to talk about what happened to him off the field. He was found not guilty, but just don't put yourself in situations like that. That's all about being a championship player and being the best you can be. He does small things like that, he'll be great.
When he found not guilty, they didn't find any evidence. There's a big difference there.
That's for another day.
But he already is the greatest quarterback in Florida State history. Charlie Ward was very, very, very good, obviously, and obviously a legend. But Winston's season last year was absolutely phenomenal. And now the key to his game is going to have to be, like you said, does he want to be that superstar quarterback? And I know it's nice he's playing baseball, but I like these guys, especially potential number one overall draft picks, to just be a quarterback. Just do everything possible in the offseason that you need to do to work on the footwork, work on the finer points, work on the technique, do everything necessary to be that guy.
Well, guys, looking at this team as a whole, what will Florida State have to do right now in the spring to possibly run the table again in the ACC and maybe win a second title, Pete?
They need to have Kelvin Benjamin back. They need Devontae Freeman back. They need James Wilder Jr. back. They need all these skill positions to rise up. Now, remember, they reload in a hurry. Their recruiting classes have been phenomenal, but this time around, Jameis Winston is going to have to make everyone around him better. Last year, as a true freshman, or not a true freshman, as a redshirt freshman, everyone was able to help him out a little bit. This year, it's going to be all about him. Last spring, he was the superstar of the spring session. Now, he's going to have to again be the superstar, but in a different way, and he's going to have to make these guys shine.
Now, I agree with Pete. Last year, you'd watch games where it took Winston a little bit to get started. The team around him was so good, they kind of carried him for a quarter two. He got things going after the halftime adjustments. Now, he's got to come out now and establish a tone. They lost players on defense at every level, defensive line, linebacker, secondary. He lost players behind him in the backfield, but the biggest loss to me is Benjamin. That's a security blanket. When you're in that red zone, you have somebody 6'5", you can just throw it up to an area, and he goes up and gets it 80% of the time. That's going to be missed. Can he adjust? Can he find that type of rapport with another receiver? He's got to come out and establish that early in the spring in order for Florida State to repeat as national champions.
Remember, last year, the big Achilles heel going into the season, why Florida State was not going to win the national championship, they had to replace that whole defensive line, a couple of the key backups. And how do you replace all those NFL starters? And they turned out to be all right. They're reloading at this point.
Yeah, Florida State opens the season against Mike Gundy and the Cowboys on August 30th. Should be a good one. For Doug Chapman and Pete Fiutak, I am Shea Pepler. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you next time.